Hi and welcome back to episode 5 of our playthrough with Empyrion. So I did some housekeeping off camera, moved the capacitors up there, a bunch of other things. I went out to the camp here and broke stuff down, put a few things in storage, moved the small constructor here, made a bunch more ammunition, which was helpful having two constructors. Made some grow plots, put them here, planted some pumpkins. Now this is the one that gives 8 vegetables and also some grain. But I ran out of water, so I couldn't make any more seeds. So I did also put down a new water thingy here, which is already producing. Nice. Okay, let's just top that up. And so we're going to go off to Skillon today. We're just going to make sure that we've got everything that we need. I'm just going to dump the water in here. So we could make more seeds now, but I'm not going to. I made some hamburgers as well, just because we have the goods to do that. I'm going to take, I don't think we want that many, just 3 with us. So that'll be something to snack on, because don't forget we also have, if we just go to our survival constructor here, we also have all this food here. Just top up there. Now, one thing about Skillon, it's hot, so I think if we just go into here, there are a couple of ways that we can deal. We're going to get heat stroke or hot every now and then. There's a couple of ways we can deal with it. The route I'm going to take, because we could make this beverage here, the juices, if you want to bring down your body temperature. But the other thing that you can do once you get into a hot environment is you just slap down one of these, stick it into, just like that, and just take a shower, and that deals with any heat issues you've got, and then you can just pick it up. So we're going to do it that way. Alright, so anything else that we need to do before we go? Now let's just check. So we've got our multi-charges, drill charges, we've got this for the obelisk, we've got ammunition, we've got spare fuel packs, we've got lots of O2 because we're going up into space, we've got food, and let's carry that with us too. So one other thing I did, if we just go into the scout, is I made a few more cores because we're going to drop down some cores there. Because there are a few looting sites, and oh, we still got this left over from last time. Alright, and I think we've got everything we need, and if we forgot, we can just find the obelisk on Skillon and get back that way. So let's just power up. So first thing, let's just top up the oxygen here. So 94, it only took 5, so we've got plenty of oxygen. So our suit is full. If you look at the bottom left there, 375 out of 375. And let's go into space. So space, just point up and go. So you got that countdown on the left there, which tells you how far to orbit. The countdown is going very quickly and into orbit now. So just stopping the ship, if we just ping and then just go M. So what we should see is the 4 planets, and just move around a bit. So there's Akua that we just left, that's us, and here's Skillon, which we're going to, which is on our left. There's the snow planet, Niges, and that's Maspron. Now, remember that we did have an option that if we wanted to skip the entire Tales of Tash quest, which is limited to these 4 planets here, what we could have done is just got an SV made, come up into space, and just pinging again, and just found these asteroids here, because there's a ship in the middle of these asteroids with a teleporter. So as soon as you made an SV, you could just get up into space and then get into the teleporter, and it would take you straight to Omicron. So you could skip this whole thing if you wanted to do that. But we're not doing that. We're going to hit these 4 planets and just do the whole Tales of Tash thing. There is some good loot to be had, as mentioned. So anyway, off to the left, and we should be Skillon. Yeah, there it is. And there's the there's the message that we get that tells us unknown signatures have been detected in this orbital. Use your ship to find them in the mist of the asteroid field. So that points you towards the asteroid field where you would find this abandoned ship with a teleporter in. So just two things to bear in mind. If we stop the ship a second, we don't have any temperature protection, and if you decide to skip the entire Tales of Tash thing and go straight to Omicron, you're going to be in space with no temperature protection, which is where we are right now. And if you get out, then you minus 126 degrees, which is cold. So you would need to bring what are called some hot beverages with you, and if you drink those, it stabilizes your temperature for a short period of time. You can make hot beverages with buds. It just takes 2 buds for each one, so you'd have to do that. But also, just bear in mind one thing. If you get out of your ship to go investigate this, even if you've got your temperature right, there is a rogue drone that kind of strolls around here, and he will shoot and kill you. He one-shots you. So you need to use your ship to find him and take him out first, which isn't that difficult because, yeah, this SV would take it out quickly enough. So here we are on Skillon. So I'm just going to press the O key, stabilize the ship, and stop it. All right. So first thing I'm going to do here is, if we just ping, and then we go map, you can see there are an awful lot of POIs here. So what we would normally do without console commands is we just fly around, discover everything, get loads and loads of XP for doing that. And but just for the sake of this video, what I'm going to do is use console command and use this command int space dash all. Now this gives us a list of everything on the planet. So what we're going to do in this episode is I'm just going to hit certain POIs. Now here's us, of course, with our scout. So as far as Tales of Tash, which we'll do in the next episode, there's one in the obelisk, there's one in the opportunity, which is next to the obelisk, and there's one in this place called the abandoned workshop. Now that's a takedown where we're going to have to fight through a few creatures. It's not that long or complicated. There's just a bunch of spiders, some dogs, and a couple of ogre-like things in there, which are not that difficult to take down. Font of Knowledge, that's where you get the key matrix, but seeing as we've already got the key matrix, we don't need to go there, but we would get our last Tale of Tash here at Hongo. So we'll do this in the next episode, and that is take on the abandoned workshop, get the Tale of Tash there, go to Hongo. I don't think there's any resistance there, and also pick up the ones from the obelisk and the opportunity. Now this thing here, Crashed Vessel Pirates, we get to discover the pirate clan. Now we are neutral with them, so we don't get into a fight, but this place has a trader. So if we do this just before, well, when we're finished with the planet, we'll go deal with this trader, because he buys and sells tier 1 weapons. So any tier 1 weapons we find, we'll be able to sell it off to him. Now in terms of looting this place, oh, and you've got this abandoned vessel yard here. So this is the longest POI that is on this planet, so we'll probably do this one in a separate video as well. It takes a while to get through it. I can't remember if we get any epic items here, but if we do, it's the most likely one because it's the most difficult, relatively the most difficult POI here. Okay, as far as the rest of the POIs, Activator, no idea what they do, but these are the main ones that we want to visit, and that is the collection points. They're all the same. So what we'll do in this episode, we'll visit one collection point, take it out. All we have to deal with there is 6 android creatures and 2 bots, and then the rest are the same. Refuse pile, you don't really get a lot from those. It's just one container with something like steel in, so I'm not going to bother with those. Now the old farms, probably worth a visit because all you have to do there is just show up, jump into the old farm, and there is a container in there which can have a med or a gun or something else, and as it's a quick visit, they're probably worth visiting. Now we could place cores down in the farms, and if you did that, I think you can pick up a capacitor, a couple of grow plots, and just from memory, I think there's a solar panel as well, so it's not really worth it, so I'm not going to do that. The wreckage, again, it's just, I think it's an opportunity for salvage, but there's nothing value of there. It's worth looking at the crashed vessels just to see if any of them have anything salvageable on them. and we might do that. Large wreckage, it's worth stopping off at those because again it's just one container and it usually has a med. So we could accumulate some meds very quickly and easily that way. I don't remember any of these four having anything. But anyway, let's just deal with, in this episode we'll deal with one large wreckage, we'll deal with one old farm and one collection point. And then what I'll do is I'll just set up shop in the opportunity, which is next to the obelisk, and we'll be able to see what we collected. At the start of the next episode we'll be able to see what we collected from all of these points, because I'll do the 3 of the collection points off camera. Okay, so let's now find out where everything is. So normally, as I said, we would just go M, what we would normally ping, go M and just run around and find out what everything is. Just for the sake of this video I'm going to go map, so it tells us where everything is. Now this is a large wreckage, so we'll deal with that first. Now unfortunately we got fire rain, and that's gonna hurt us. I think each hit with the fire rain is gonna take 40 of our health or so. So let's just do this quickly, get in and out. So some of these, you can see the containers there, right there. That's what we want to get to. So just, we'll take the damage, just go L for a light. So anti-radiation treatment, as mentioned, it's worthwhile stopping off if we wanted the meds. Now what else did we want to go for? So abandoned workshop, so we'll deal with this one next episode, because that's where we get one of the Tales of Tash, and a little bit of resistance there. As mentioned, it's just spiders and stuff. Promethium deposit. What I'll probably do is mine this off camera, because as we saw, we had to run into Maspron last episode to get some promethium. If we mine this, we'll get 100 or 200, somewhere in that range, from a small mine. So we'll do that. Crash sentinel rear, crash shuttle. So what we're really looking for is refuse, large wreckage. So this is going to be the obelisk. There's another promethium, very small, maybe we'll do that one. But again, I'll do any mining off camera. It's pretty quick now that we've got the drill, because it's much faster than the old survival tool. There's an old farm now, that is northwestish. And there's a small planet, so we'll get there very quickly. Coming in on the old farm, you want to find this approach here. Just go up to there, stop the ship, F, jump in. So if you wanted to core the place, take that out there. Capacitor there, a couple of grow plots, but we're not going to do that. So, minigun, okay. Again, it's worthwhile stopping off at just because it's very quick. So now we'll find a collection point. So once I find one, I'll come back. And here we are at our first collection point. So the approach you want is, it's kind of flat area here with a hole right there. And ideally we want to land right there. Now when we get close to this thing, just turning our lights on, what's going to happen is a couple of bots are going to spawn in right here as we get closer. So the first thing we can deal with is just get those to spawn in. There it is. Both of them. So they're just easy taking this done. So that's the bots gone. Now we have to deal with 6 little android guys. So the turret was taking care of this one, but it decided to stop. So that's one of them. There are 2 in the middle here. That's 2 out. There's 3 over on this side. That's 1, 2. Should be a 3rd one. There he is. And finally, there is one over here. Okay, the turret's taking care of them. So now that we can safely land, it doesn't really matter where, so let's land here. Now I'm just going to turn the turrets and weapons off because sometimes it just fires at something in here. It's either the generator or the guns, I'm not sure. So let's loot these while they are here. So these guys just drop coolant and spare parts. So a few things that we can sell later on. Promethium worthwhile. And it's really here that we lose our dependence on the biofuel, because we're going to be picking up enough fuel to be getting on with that we don't have to use biofuel again. So that's all those guys looted. Now, as mentioned, what we would normally do is land up here. So let's just head up there. Just wait for the jetpack to refill. Done. Now in this hole here you can see the core down here. So what we want to do is just pop this core. As you can see, it takes quite a few shots with a tier 1 rifle. And let's go F4 and grab our own. Now it's 150, so I'll eat that in a minute. We want our own cores. So we're liable to get heat stroke any minute now because it's quite hot in here. Okay, so now what we can do is, here's the avian container. So just fingers crossed here that we get something decent. And we actually wanted silicon, so that's not bad. But as you see, you get a lot of ores, that's not bad. And we also get a bunch of fuel packs. And as we own this place, we can take that out now. Now, large generator, so let's take that. Temperature 16, so I think a lot of the heat was coming from the generator there. But you've also got some capacitors here, so there's one here, and also a couple back here somewhere. I think it's here, yeah. And then one on this side too. So a total of 4 capacitors. I don't think there are any more tucked in the way. You've also got a fuel tank here, so 68, we can input 68, see how much we get. Don't usually get it all, 1%, yeah, that's it. And we can remove the guns, and we can deconstruct those later if we want to. Another gun here. So you can see there are a bunch of solar panels here as well, and 3 containers over here which we want to visit too. Okay, so what we're really hoping for from these collection points is, I guess a tier 2 multi-tool would be really nice. Tier 2 sniper rifle. So here you can take a couple more furnishings. Again, if we get too hot, temperature's okay at the moment. So this is where we're really hoping to find something decent. We did not. But then again, they're not bad. So these give food 300, health 50. And they never go bad. That's a good thing about those. Let me see, we want to go up here. There are a few consoles that we can hit. I think there's one over there somewhere as well. Solar panel here. Yeah, tier 2 multi-tool would be nice as well if we could find one, because that would cut down things like those solar panels much faster. But anyway, there are 8 solar panels to find. So you got 4 capacitors and 8 solar panels. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there is an 8th one. Oh, there it is, right over there. So it means that next time we build a base, we won't have to build any capacitors or solar panels, because we got 4 of these collection points on the planets, and it's going to give us a total of 16 capacitors, and it's going to give us a total of 32 solar panels. I don't think there was anything more here. Guess we could pick up the closet. So I think that's it for each collection point. So we would just do those 4, and as mentioned, we would just be hoping for a tier 2 multi-tool, a tier 2 sniper rifle. So what I'll do is just hit all those POIs and, as mentioned, set up base in the opportunity next to the obelisk, and then we'll just see what we collected from all of these POIs next time. So just going back to here. So yeah, I'll settle here, stick a core down, stick some cargo containers in, and just accumulate everything. See what we've got. Then the next episode I'll deal with the Tales of Tash, and then the final one on Skillon we'll just deal with this abandoned vessel yard. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next episode where we see what we found on this planet. Okay, bye.